What up, guys? Annie Tier Guild Forever going to be doing a brief little review for JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 3. Part 3 episode. I don't know how am I gonna call the episodes. Should I call it episodes 1, JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 3, episodes 1 through 3? Or say JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 3, episodes 20 something through 20 something? I don't know. I'm still confused as to how I'm going to title it, so someone please help me out with that. But before we get into the review, let's talk about, I gotta do my usual plugins. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, comment, and watch the video all the way through, because we're trying to get monetized on YouTube. But if you don't want to see the video all the way through, at least see as much as you can. But if anything else I would like you to do, if at least there's one thing you could possibly do for me, just one thing, hit that like button. If you can at least hit that like button before you exit out of the video, that's enough for me. But yeah, anyway, let's get into these 3 episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 3. Holy crap, dude. I see great things coming out of this arc. I have to admit, when people talk about JoJo, the most famous one, I don't know anything about this arc, but I keep hearing the most famous one is like this one, Part 3. Now, I don't know how much truth to that there is, but I'm itching to find out how good it's gonna get. But based on the first 3 episodes, it's good. And now we've been introduced to a new power called Stan, or with my half-baked Japanese accent. Sorry guys, it's late and I'm about to hit the bed in a quick bit. But yeah, they're known as Stando, which very interesting. Apparently, so it's not a spirit being possessed, but it's some kind of power that creates an entity. And it allows to fight. It can fight for you, but at the same time, whatever damage this stand takes, the user takes as well. So it's kind of like a sync ratio kind of thing. But apparently, this is a curse developed by Dio. Speaking of which, Dio is alive. I knew that bastard wouldn't die so easily. I was actually beginning to think Dio could have possibly been permanently dead after Part 1 JoJo, because we didn't see him in Part 2, but he came back in Part 3, and he's just as bad as ever. Jesus Christ, man. The bastard won't die, but hey, hopefully JOTARO can put him in his place, because I'm pretty sure it's going to come down to a battle between JOTARO and Dio. Either way, I'm definitely looking forward to this battle. But yeah, other than that, guys, what really got me the most is definitely like Jotaro, his personality. He is completely different from his previous ancestors. He's completely different from Jonathan, from Joseph. Wait a minute. I just realized something. I didn't realize it before but the reaction, but I'm realizing it now. Wait a minute. So his name is JOTARO KUJO. It already bugs me that he doesn't have Joestar in his last name. Can someone please tell me why? But if it's a spoiler, don't tell me anything. But that's a Japanese name, right? JOTARO KUJO? That's definitely a Japanese name. And he has a Japanese uniform on. So he is technically the first Japanese JoJo. That would explain the last name being completely different. But yeah, he's the first JoJo that's, well, Japanese. Interesting. Very interesting. Curious to find out, like, if most of, or if not the rest of the JoJos are gonna be like this too. But I'm just really concerned about one thing. Because the whole stand, this is a whole new power source, right? The stand ability. Does that mean Hamon is no longer a factor? Because I know the standing ability was bred thanks to the union between Dio and Jonathan Joestar. But my question is Hamon is still even a factor? Does it even matter at this point? Or maybe the stands are actually created through the use of Hamon. I'm not entirely sure. If Hamon is creating these things, then Hamon is still technically a factor. It's just another way of using it. But if this is completely unrelated to Hamon, then is it even still needed? Is it still even going to be used? Because it's no longer here. But it is here, but it's no longer, from what appears to me, the main source of power now. Even Joseph is able to use a stand, which is weird. His stand is very different. His stand is some kind of plant thing. But at the same time, though, it's not a physical body. It's like, it feels like a stand is some kind of stand-in or a separate being that comes into existence, which is then becomes their power. Same thing like Kyoin, his stand, physical body. Aldul, or however you say his name, his stand also has a physical body. JOTARO stand has a physical body. Joseph doesn't. Maybe it's because he's still one of the late users to the stand abilities. Maybe that's why it doesn't really look like there's a body there. But I don't know. It's odd to me. But still, very, very much interested to see how is it gonna play out, especially in the series. But yeah, Jotaro, man, was not what I was expecting in a main character, but hey, it's fine. I wasn't a huge, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't that crazy into his character in the beginning. I thought he came off as a royal douche, but the more I saw his character, the more I began to consider, like, okay, he's a good guy deep down. He's just putting up a tough front. But I wonder what made him like this, because from what I can tell, originally he was a good kid. So what happened? Like, is it because his stand manifested that caused this change in him? I don't know. It's very interesting topic. Guys, let me know what really made him the way he is now. Unless it you can say I don't think they really explained it, but if they explain it more in detail later, then don't tell me. But if they don't, I definitely like a more inside opinion on why Jotaro became the way he is now. Granted, his morality hasn't changed. Deep down, he's still a good person, as I said. It's just overall, he's completely just complete 180. Like, if it wasn't for this drastic change in his personality, I would think at best he definitely looked. But his personality, I was thinking like maybe his personality was gonna best suit Jonathan, which I wouldn't be mad at that because Jonathan is still one of my top few favorite characters out of all the JoJos. But I wouldn't mind seeing another reincarnated present Jonathan. But no, he's completely different from his previous. He's completely different from Jonathan. He's completely different from Joseph. He's basically a punk, from what I can gather. He is what he's mentioned. He's a punk. He's a delinquent, from what I can tell. And anyone that crosses him is gonna get that's what's gonna happen. But yeah, it was still very interesting to see. I'm not gonna lie, I look forward to seeing what more am I gonna get from this series. But until then, that's it from me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to like up the videos, really helps me out. Oh yeah, before I end, remember, if this video can get 20 likes or more, I can guarantee another set of 3 episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. So make sure you like this video up. This one specifically, this one. That way we can get more part 3 JoJo. Okay, so far the start was amazing. chef's kiss for the first 3 episodes. Amazing start. No complaints whatsoever. Definitely looking forward to seeing how the series is going to progress further on. Hashtag give me the most long. Okay, that sounds kind of weird, but you get the point. Give me the most longest hashtag that you can in the comments section down below. Okay, that's the hashtag. I see where it comes from now. But anyway, guys, peace. I'm out.